Good morning, Mr. Sponsor. Good morning as well to the DILG. Ang ating line of questioning ay similarly sa threads na pinick up po ng ating mga butihing miyembro ng minoridad ay tungkol po sa naging mga protesta at ang response po ng police noong September 21. No? Nakita po natin that the DILG along with the Manila LGU declared that the police in Mendiola did not use tear gas, carried no guns, and exercised maximum tolerance. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, do you stand by this statement?
Again, sorry.
Through media engagements, we have noted na ang DILG at ang local government unit ng Manila, dineklara nila na ang police in Mendiola did not use tear gas, carried no guns, and exercised maximum tolerance. Do you stand by this statement po?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Okay. At to confirm, you mentioned po na may 244 total arrests. Tama po ba?
Yes, Madam Speaker. 244, 154 yung legal age, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Gusto lang natin but-butin to, given yung mga reports na na-receive po natin sa kung sino po yung mga na-aresto. Meron po tayo sa mga naibahagi sa representasyon na to, mga accounts ng mga kabataan ng mga na-aresto. Isa po dito si Gio Caballes. Isa po siyang engineering student ng Polytechnic University of the Philippines, kung saan siya po ay nagdo-document ng mga nangyayari pagkatapos ng marahas na dispersal ng protesta. Sinabi po niya that police officers, and this is documented as well po by pictures and videos, violently dragged him as he was resting after documenting the mobilization. And upon arrival at the police station, he was beaten up and then later slapped with trumped-up charges. He was released only yesterday, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, after he posted a cash bail of 18,000 pesos. Meron din pong isang account, si Wovi Villanueva. Siya po ay estudyante ng UP Diliman College of Arts and Letters. Volunteer paralegal for the protest action. Siya po ay sana'y magre-responde kung merong mga naging legal issues na mag-arise dahil po sa protesta. There are videos, photos of him being violently arrested by police forces as well. Multiple police officers versus a single paralegal. Nakita rin po natin sa mga videos na ito na siya ay pinagtatadyak po ng mga police. He was only freed 3 days after the arrest after posting a cash bail of 36,000 pesos. And itong number po, itong malaking numero, hindi po ito hawak ng kabataan na lahat po ay naghihirap, kumakayod lang sa kanilang mga araw-araw na pangailangan sa kolehiyo. Kailangan pong magdiskarte para makuha ito. There are also multiple reports of arbitrary arrests, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. Mga nagtatali lang ng tsinyela sa tabi, nakatambay lang sa paligid, mga hindi kasama sa kilos protesta. Or even yung mga kasama pero sila'y documenters, paralegals, media people. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, hindi po ba indiscriminate mass arrests ang nangyari?
No, Madam Speaker. Actually, yung pag-arestong yon and nag-file na po tayo ng case. So that is also the defense ng mga naakusa. Ang masisiguro lang po natin, tama po yung pag-aresto ng ating pong kapulisan. And sadly, we wanted a peaceful rally. But apparently, nagkaroon po ng kaguluhan. Nakita naman po natin yung pinagagawa sa ating mga kapulisan. Nakita rin po natin yung pagbabato sa kanila. Nakita natin yung pagsunog. Nakita po natin yung pagbabato ng mga bato, may mga molotov. So it was chaotic. So nobody wanted this, Madam Speaker. But definitely, ginampanan lang po ng kapulisan yung kanilang tungkulin na pasunurin ng ating batas at panatiliin na maging mahinahon ang ating pong mga tao during the rally. Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, na-mention po natin yung mga instances na may mga pagbabato. Pero sa mga na-i-share ko pong accounts, multiple people have reported na masyadong maraming mga pulis ang nag-surround sa kanila, pinagtatadyak po sila. Hindi po ba to kalabisan, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor? Bakit po
I think,
ito ang
Madam
nangyari? Ba't
Speaker,
may ganito pong mga accounts?
Yes, and I truly agree and understand, pero nasa korte na po ito. Kung may kalabisan po ang mga pulis, ay dapat pong kasuhan din natin ang mga pulis na ito.
So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, marami pong mga pangako ang mga kapulisan natin na nagsabi na may maximum tolerance po silang in-exercise. Given na may ganito pong mga accounts, easily verifiable, easily searchable in social media, and also covered by mass media outlets po, no? Meron po ba tayong masasabi pa rin na maximum tolerance was exercised?
Yes, Madam Speaker, maximum tolerance po talaga. Pero kung may kalabisan, may ginagawa rin po ang ating kapulisan na imbestigahan at hindi po ito tinotolerate ng ating Chief PNP na may mga masama o kalabisan na ginagawa ang ating kapulisan sa ating mga nagpoprotesta.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, ito po ang laging kinakaharap ng mga nakakaranas ng tinatawag nating police brutality. Dahil madali pong masabi na magkaso po kapag may nakaharap na karahasan. Pero ang realidad po ay napakahirap ng proseso, napakamasalimuot, at even napakatagal yung proseso ng pagkakaroon ng pagkakaso.
Yes,
so, while, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, we welcome naman na may gantong pagbukas. Pero ang realidad po, lalo na sa previous administration, kung paano na hold accountable ang ating mga police officers na lumabis no, sa confines ng batas, ng guidelines no, sa PNP handbook, and is actually the subject right now ng international case sa International Criminal Court. We find it hard to believe na hanggang dito na lang po ba yung measure of accountability na kayang makuha and measure and promise na makuha natin for accountability, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
Yes, I totally agree, Madam Speaker, but this is a different administration now. We have a different policy. And actually, nagulat rin po ang ating kapulisan and even ang DILG na we thought it was a very peaceful protest. Pero bakit po may mga molotov, bakit po may mga baril, bakit po may mga bato, bakit po may mga glasses na binabato, may sinusunog ang ating protesters. So doon din po nagulat na ating kapulisan. Although may maximum tolerance po tayo and may barricade po tayo, at pag lumagpas na po doon, hindi na po protest yung nangyari, naging riot na. So, yung sinasabi po natin kung may nadamay man na bystander lang, yun po yung sinasabi ng ating Chief PNP, na dapat imbestigahin rin ng ating kapulisan kung may kalabisan na ginawa sa ating kabataan. Dahil ang ating kapulisan ay pinoproteksyonan ang buong tao, buong sambayanan, lalo na ang ating kabataan, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, in due time ay gusto nating maharap yung mga results ng investigasyon na ito, and tayo din naman po hindi natin hinaharangan yung mga lahat ng aggrieved na mag-file ng appropriate cases, appropriate complaints, dahil dulot na rin ng grievances na to. Because these grievances, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, hindi lang po injuries ang sustain dito. Meron pong reports of deaths, no? Deaths po, no? That happened during the night itself. Pero when we asked for clarification with police officers the day after, ang aming report na nakukuha ay wala daw po. So, in due time, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto po natin
Madam Speaker, totoo po talaga yung the day after. Wala po talagang report. 3 days after lang po talaga nalaman ng ating kapulisan na may ganun po palang nangyayari.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto ko pong mag-proceed doon sa kagamitan na nagamit, given na ito po ay na-mention ni Mr. Sponsor. Footage from verifiable media sources show tear gas being deployed, water cannons being used, long-range acoustic devices being utilized, SWAT officers carrying guns. There are also reports of civilian deaths, no? May we confirm if this is true? These are images po, no?
Yes,
Easily verifiable.
Madam Speaker, we'd like to correct, smoke gas po yung ginamit para kasing tear gas yun eh. Pero smoke gas po yun. So, kaya nga wala pong gas mask kung nakita natin mga kapulisan.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, can the DILG or the Mr. Sponsor, differentiate to me, ano ang difference ng tear gas sa
Tear gas,
smoke
ma'am,
screen?
pag ginamit mo po yan, masakit sa mata, hindi ka makahinga. Ang smoke gas ay smoke.
Yes
Wala
po.
pong harm sa iyong mata, wala pong harm sa iyong paghinga.
Okay. Yes, we've noted that this is also the response to the line of questioning by a previous member of the minority, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. But given that we personally received reports, accounts po from people on the ground, paralegals, media practitioners, no, student publications that were caught in the crossfire, meron po silang accounts that they experienced irritation in the eyes, throat, nose. These are clear effects of tear gas exposure. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, paano po na-explain na hindi tear gas yun? Pero
think
napakaraming witnesses and personal accounts of those experiencing these
Yes.
kinds of irritants, no?
On the
Because-
side of the police, smoke gas po ang ginamit. On the side of the rioters, tear gas po ang ginamit, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, sa mga accounts po na meron tayo of the student publications, meron po silang sinabi na mga clear members of police officers yung nag-deploy po ng tear gas.
I think we have to take into account kung sino po yung nagsabi. Let's investigate. Mahirap po yung nagtuturoan. Pero kung nakikita naman po talaga natin ay naging malabis ang ating protesters, kaya ginawa rin po nila para manunog ka po ng truck at makikita po natin yung barrier, pinagtatadyakan yung police. I think that was chaotic and we don't want that to happen again. And we do not even condone those kinds of protests na ginagawa ng ibang tangay o very small percentage ng ating protesters. Because in other areas like EDSA, it was very peaceful. But in Ayala, in Menjola, iba po yung nangyari po doon. Nagulat lang po yung ating kapulisan na nakakita ng molotov, nakakita ng baril. So if you were the police, what will you do on that kind of situation?
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto ko rin pong mag-touch on sa isang report na naibigay po din ng mga nandoon sa nagmarcha, no? These are from student publications, paralegals. Meron po silang narinig na high-pitched sirens, not like those used in emergency vehicles. And they specifically came from stoplights in the area. And this is the reason po kung bakit meron tayong mga nakitang videos of stoplights being beaten by bats. Dahil po may mga reports na merong high-pitched sirens na nanggagaling po doon. Ang effect po nito sa mga nakarinig, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, tinnitus, headache, nausea, no? And veritable sources on the ground say and can testify to this being present on the scene. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, may I ask, familiar po ba tayo sa long-range acoustic devices?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Yes,
Pero,
po.
Madam Speaker, the one you're saying, hindi po nagamit yun. Kasi kung ginamit po yung pati yung police, natamaan rin po sila.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, pwede po bang ma-explain sa amin kung ano ang long-range acoustic device?
Actually, Madam, it's a paging system, yung sinasabi po ng ating kapulisan. Wala yung nakasira sa eardrums, Madam Speaker.
Paging system po.
Yes. It's not the LRAD, Madam Speaker.
Again, medyo, ano na lang, may accounts tayo na baon, may accounts din po kayong baon. Ang accounts na baon ko po ay sinasabi ay nakadamage po ito sa pandinig nila temporarily. No? So, gusto nating investigahan and gusto nating makuha po yung exact answer. Were long-range acoustic devices deployed po ba, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor?
No, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, sa mga investigasyon na gagawin din po independently ng ating mga media practitioners and sa mga complaints na gusto pong i-share ng mga aggrieved, no, in due time ay i-raise po ito accordingly. Ang isa pa ho na napansin natin, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, meron pong mga SWAT, na taga-SWAT, may hawak po na mga baril. These pictures from mobilizations show that they were holding these kinds of guns, no? Before that, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, may I clarify, magkano po ang line item sa NEP for the procurement of guns and gear? Yun po magkano? At ano po ang tawag sa kanila?
There are no line item for firearms on the 2026 budget, Madam Speaker.
Okay. So, for the coming fiscal year ay wala po.
Wala po.
How about
po,
in the
kompleto
previous...
po yung ating pong kagamitan para sa ating kapulisan.
How about in the previous fiscal year po? And the previous fiscal years, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor?
Is it fine, Madam Speaker, if we submit regarding the previous year, if you would allow it, Madam Speaker?
Yes po, this representation, we look forward to a report kung magkano po ay mukhang may hahabol po.
Yes, by today po, pwede po ba nating ibigay kay...
Okay. Although mukhang may humabol po, wala po bang may report on the floor?
No, 2025 ang hindi 2022. Madam Speaker, we only have 2023, 2024, 2025 po wala. But we are very much willing to give it to you, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, we will look forward to these reports. Pwede po bang ma-confirm for now kung ano po yung guns na ginamit at hawak po ng SWAT? Is this an X-95 submachine gun po, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, ang hawak po ng SWAT during that day?
It's very hard, Madam Speaker, kasi iba-iba po yung gamit. Can we give you the detail firearms na ginagamit po ng SWAT? Kasi we have to be specific kasi ang SWAT po ay napakalawak po niyan. So may teams po yan. So iba-iba po yung gamit nila.
But to note po, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, a copy of a photo by Ezra Akayan. Siya po ay isang photojournalist. No? Meron pong hawak na what we can identify to be a submachine gun, ang SWAT. And ito po ay procured from the Israel Weapons Industries. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, pwede pong ma-confirm po ba ng DILG kung nakapag-procure po ang Philippine National Police or the DILG ng weapons from Israel Weapons Industries in the past years?
On the side of Secretary Rimulya, bago lang po siya. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the time of the previous administration, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, kung maaari gusto po nating ma-verify kung meron po ba.
Meron ba tayo? If we may allow us, we can give you the list, but we cannot answer you now, Madam. Wala po kami nung exact na inventory ng buong armory ng ating kapulisan as of this moment, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, we will look forward again to that report, but we are looking for as well kung saan po na-import or na-procure ang mga weapons na to, kailan, ilan po ang kinuha at magkano po?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Okay. We will give it to you within a week, Madam Speaker, if you may. Kasi napakalaki po ng ating hinihingi, Madam Speaker. And, Madam Speaker, anong taon po yung gusto niyong makuhang detalye?
Starting from 2020 po, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. 5 years po.
Can you give us 2 weeks, Madam Speaker, since starting 2020. Madam Speaker.
That would be workable po, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much. Sa bahagi na lang po ng kabataan na naging present po sa Luneta, naging present sa EDSA, at naiintindihan ang galit ng lahat ng mga kabataan sa korupsyon. Very clear po, no, despite the assertions of the agency na hindi po tugma yung mga accounts from the ground, accounts from our students who were there, at gusto nating ma-highlight, no, kung ano po ang katotohanan. Eric Sabel, as interpolated by Representative Tino, example po siya. Examples din po ang accounts ni Gio and ni Wovi. The guns brandished by the police in the face of protesters and bystanders, they're examples of this. Footage of gas, LRADs, violent arrests, proof of these po. Bakit po pilit na hindi po maibigay sa atin yung answers dito sa ating questions? We'd like to highlight po, no, that lahat po ng mga na-experience ng ating mga protesters na karahasan, no, valid po sila. No? Even Renato Reyes po, the president of Bagong Alyansang Makabayan or Bayan, faced this kind of violence. No? Ang nangyari po sa kanya, siya po ay lead protesters on the protest action from Luneta to Menjola. He was hit in the face with a rock thrown to him. Pero Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, even though his wound bled profusely, he was not angry because, and I quote, "I may not agree with their tactics, but I understand their anger." Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, distinguished colleagues, ano man ang itawag natin to, protest, riot, umabot sa ganoong punto ang galit ng mamamayan dahil sawa na sila sa nararanasan nilang di makatarungang sistema sa araw-araw. Daan-daan ang pinag-aaresto ng kapulisan noong araw na yon. May mga marahas na dinampot, may nabugbog, may kinulong, may mga sibilyan pang namatay dahil sa pamamaril. May sibilyan din pong namamatay, kabataan, dahil po sa pagsaksak. We'd like to ask po, no, where is this energy from the police when it comes to corrupt officials? The youth is mobilizing and is now on the march. Libo-libong estudyante ang nagpapakita ng galit. We cannot simply reduce their initiatives and political consciousness with due respect and contradicting po yung mga accounts ng ilang mga opisyalis po natin, no, na they are mga utak-adik, mga bayaran, mga geng-geng. No? May genuine political movements right now happening, mirroring those in other countries, mirroring even that of the first quarter storm movement. No? We would like, no, to further support the efforts of Gen Z, of youth,
Yes.
to be able to fight for genuine change at tuloy-tuloy po na hindi masalubong ito ng karahasan sa ating mga kapulisan. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
Yes, totally agree with you, Madam Speaker. So even protests, but we have to follow also the law, within the bounds of the law. And even ang ating PNP, dahil po dito sa mga nangyaring ito, with the commitment ni General Tates and with your leadership, Madam Speaker, sana po magkaroon ng dialogue para po magkatulungan, para po maging transparent, accountable, para kung may nagkamali pong police, dapat parusahan, pero pag nagkamali rin na protesters, ay dapat parusahan rin. We want a very peaceful protest na kung saan ipahayag yung ating hinaing sa ating gobyerno. Pero pag may damage na to property, pag may arson na, hindi po natin pwedeng hindi gampanan ng kapulisan ang kanilang tungkulin na panatiliin ang peace and order sa ating pong bansa. But we totally agree with you, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, given na limited na lang po yung time natin, we'd like to table this further discussion sa ibang avenue. Ang susunod naman po nating tanong, in relation na lang po sa National Youth Commission. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, nandito naman din po tuloy-tuloy ang willingness ng kabataan na makapag-participate in avenues of governance. No, whether it is in organizations in communities, whether it is in universities and in SK. Kaya po, sinusuportahan natin yung tuloy-tuloy na paghain ng budget, no, para sa pag-develop ng kabataan. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto lang po natin mag-clarify because may previous line of questioning po sa committee na we'd like to pick up. No, nawala na po tayo ng oras doon. So ito na lang po dito natin isasalang. Na-note po natin that sa response po ni National Youth Commission Chair, no, that meron pong dagdag in relation doon sa budget na pinropose nila from last year. Specifically, they proposed 241 million pesos, but yung nag-grant po sa kanila ay 632 million pesos. No? And may ilan po dito, 300 million, no, ay in the form of insertions. No? In-identify po kung ano yung mga insertions na ito. WPS, 100 million. PR and Advocacy, 50 million. Agency-to-Agency Development Academy, 100 million. And Assistance to Youth Organizations na 50 million. And na-mention po na beyond the absorptive capacity ng NYC ang insertions na to at binalik po sa DBM. So, clarifying lang po doon. Magkano po yung binalik si DBM? Ano po ang absorptive capacity ng NYC?
Can you clarify the question again? What is the absorptive capacity of the...
Yes po. What is the absorptive capacity? Also, na-mention po yung binalik po sa DBM. Magkano po yung binalik sa DBM? Is it all the insertions, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor?
Actually, Madam Speaker, hindi pa po natin ni-request sa DBM na ibalik yung funding. Only 50 million was released for the new office, Madam Speaker.
Ano po yung line item or purpose ng 50 million na na-release na?
Rental of the new office and the NYC 30th year anniversary, Madam Speaker.
Okay. So, the enumeration that I provided, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, is came from the committee hearings themselves. No? So, to clarify, ito pong insertions na ito, hindi pa po na-release.
Not yet, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
Not requested also, Madam Speaker.
Okay. And tama, sinabi po, hindi po ito requested. Ito po
Not
ay
yet.
binigay.
Not yet, requested.
Opo. Kusa na binigay ng
Ang
sa member sa interpellations from last time.
actually, Madam Speaker, it was wish list that was granted, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Included po dito ang tama daw po, assistance to youth organizations that was granted by Senator Bongo. Is this correct, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Pwede po bang mai-explain ano po yung plano dito sa assistance to youth organizations na 50 million?
Assistant for youth organization to mobilize, but there's no guidelines yet, Madam Speaker.
No guidelines yet.
Yes.
But can I clarify, is this on the wish list or is this just provided?
It was only provided as a committee chair on youth on sports.
Okay. So it is provided. It is not on the wish list and right now there are
was
no
provided.
guidelines to it.
Not yet.
But tama po ba? Hindi. So basically na-cancel to. Hindi na to granted or is this still granted?
Hindi naman po siya na-cancel pero hindi pa siya nagagamit.
Okay. So the DBM has not released it yet. Kailan po ito i-release? May plano po ba itong i-release?
Once it is granted and meron na pong guidelines, tingin ko po ma-release na po ito.
Okay. So, nasa na po sa stages tayo sa drafting ng guideline?
We're still starting, so we're still trying to study it, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto natin syempre na nasusuportahan ang mga organisasyon ng kabataan. But we'd like to note that this insertion by the fellow legislator, Senator Bongo, happened po during 2024 to deliberate in the deliberations of the 2025 budget. No, we'd like to note na this is some months or at least a year prior to the May 2025 elections or even yung supposed na mangyayari na 2025 barangay and SK elections. So sa bahagi po ng representasyon na to, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, we are aware of the issues that have been plaguing our sangguniang kabataan. No? At we are committed to work para po ang mga issues na ito ay ma-resolve, makapagbigay ng mga iba't ibang training sa ating mga kabataan para madireksyonan ang kanilang mga serbisyo para po sa mamamayang Pilipino. But we cannot deny that even though the SK Reform Act has provisions prohibiting political dynasties, even though meron pong youth development plan, hindi po compliant ang lahat ng ating sangguniang kabataan. Meron po na political dynasties nagpo-proliferate pa rin sa loob. Meron din po na nagagamit ang sistema to start a traditional politician's career. At ayaw po nating magamit yung pondo na ibinibigay natin na dapat nalalaan sa pag-develop ng youth organizations into these manners. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, maasahan po ba na itong pondo, kung ito ay marirelease, ito po ay magagamit sa paraan na makakapag-develop ng mga grassroots organizations, community organizations, at hindi po sa mga purposes na para maka-one-up ang mga iilan na mga political dynasties, etc., using the system.
Yes, Madam
Marco,
Speaker.
please wrap up. Thank you.
Yes, Madam Speaker. And if you have any suggestions, it's very much welcome to NYC, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, we welcome po the dialogue and the ability to be able to meet po para po makapag-align po tayo paano natin mas madedevelop ang kakayahan ng pag-asa ng bayan. That's all, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.